This is Red 1. Much closer, I can hardly see you. Red 2, you must keep up with me. Right, Red Section, here we go. Stick to me like glue.
Greetings, War Thunderers. This is Longshot with you again, with a guide to squad teamwork for War Thunder fighter planes. Flying in a squad can be one of the most enjoyable and rewarding experiences in the game. However, if you don't want everyone simply flying as a group of individuals, you'll need to know how to work together. I'll start with the basics first. You can't fly as a team if you haven't agreed on what you're going to do in the game. You'll inevitably split up and each of you will go their own way, and you won't actually be of much help to each other at all. So before you spawn, decide on a plan of action that all of you are happy with. And then choose one of you to make the strategic decisions during the game. This should be your most experienced pilot, and you must all agree to trust his directions and follow his lead. And here's the hard part. During the battle you'll be tempted to go your own way and forget your wingmen, which can easily result in your squad being separated and all your teamwork lost. It's important to put the team ahead of your own interests. That leads to my last basic point. There is no I in team. If you're all competing with each other to grab kills, then cooperation goes out the window, people take silly risks, and yeah, it's just not as fun as it should be. If that's how all of you want to fly, then fine, but otherwise be mindful of each other. Share kill opportunities around and don't be greedy. A few quick words about communication before I move on. Only say what's necessary, identifying threats or targets, and letting people know what you're doing. Joking around is fun of course, but don't let it fill the airwaves when important things are happening. Later I'll show you an example of good communications during a battle. So let's get into the good stuff. How exactly do you fly as a team? Well, one way is for wingmen to follow an assigned leader, wherever they go, usually keeping within a kilometre range if possible. This is called the flying wing. With this method, the leader is an experienced pilot, and as such they make all the decisions on where to fly and which enemies to engage. When in combat, the leader acts as if he's flying solo. It's up to the wingmen to keep up while not getting in his way. While doing this, the wingmen must keep a lookout for threats and engage anyone who attacks the leader from behind. Occasionally they can take shots at the leader's targets if a firing solution is presented. I'll show a diagram to illustrate what I mean. The leader flying in front engages the bandit, and the wingman watches the leader, not the target, and keeps station while looking for other threats. They may or may not get a shot at the bandit, as that is not their main priority. In this example I have the lead, approaching an enemy Stuka, and my friend Ubidead keeps close station behind and below me during the attack. Doesn't get much simpler than that. But being a wingman in a flying wing is actually quite difficult and requires a lot of discipline, as it's natural for everyone to want to lead and get the kill. This time Ubi has the lead and I'm the wingman. He's decided to engage this Beaufort. I'm holding station behind and to his left, and I can see that I'm going to get a shot, and guess what I do? I abandon station and cease acting as a wingman. Because I took that shot, I'm no longer following the leader. I'm flying independently, and I'll continue to do so until the bomber's dead. Now, if I was a trainee pilot learning from Ubi, then he'd have a bit of a right to be annoyed at me for breaking ranks like this, and it could have gotten us both separated and killed in this battle. And besides, if I'm not following the leader, then I'm no longer observing what he does and learning by his example. I'm on my own, until such time as we manage to form up again. It's not just rookies who can benefit from the flying wing. Many times I've had a veteran pilot shadowing me, and often ending up with more kills than me as they clean up all the targets that I failed to shoot down. The Beaufort's just about dead now, and I have no idea where Ubi is, and indeed I have to look around for a while before I locate him again. So if you want to fly in a wing, have more self-control than me, and stick to that leader like glue. So let's look at the pros and cons of the flying wing. I won't read through all of them. You can pause and browse through this at your leisure and decide whether this tactic is useful for you and your squad. Okay, the next teamwork method is known as the double attack. It starts the same way with two or more planes flying together with a leader, although the formation can be much looser with planes further apart than the flying wing. In a double attack, both planes fly independently in support of each other. In the example I used before of the leader attacking an enemy, the wingman takes a supporting role by flying to a position where he can attack if needed. In the meantime, he can maintain his situational awareness and alert the engaged pilot of any incoming threats. Both pilots must know what they're doing in order for this to work. This is not a tactic for rookies. So here's the rules for the double attack. It's basically taking turns with the plane in the best position to engage the enemy, leading the attack while the other plane or planes observe and fly to a position where they're able to take over the attack if needed. The observers are now in a leadership role. If they tell the engaged pilot to break off, then that pilot must instantly respond, as the observers have the best situational awareness. Or the engaged pilot could decide to break off and switch roles, becoming the observer, while then the former observer swoops in to attack. And this is a great way for two energy fighters to take on a turn fighter, each making successive attacking passes against the enemy and allowing both of them to keep their energy state and awareness high. In this example, we're monitoring a BF on a 9 below us. Sweetie Belle is in the best position to attack, so I'm waiting above, making sure I'm ready to follow up if needed, while keeping an eye on the incoming F2A in front of me. Once the 109's down, the attack's over, and we both climb to reset our positions. Quite often, though, you'll be flying along together and your wing will come under attack. If you're in a loose formation, which I do recommend for a double attack method, the chances are fairly high that a single attacker will pick one of you as his target, perhaps not realizing that you're actually flying as a team. And by the way, I recommend between 1 and 3 kilometers distance between planes using the double attack method. Any further and you can't easily support each other. Also, you don't necessarily have to be at the same altitude. It often works well if one plane's as much as a kilometer higher than the other one. Anyway, your wing's under attack, and although I've drawn the bandit approaching from behind here, in reality, they could be attacking from any angle. The first thing to do is identify who it is that's being targeted. That plane is now designated as the bait, and their job is to string the attacker along, keeping them fixated, while the other planes in the wing maneuver to intercept. The bait pilot obviously has to avoid being shot down, and they can also fulfill the observer role. This is the basis for what's commonly known as the drag and bag, and it's an extremely effective tactic for setting up easy kills with minimal risk. I'm flying with Starkerman in this battle, who's just passed me in the opposite direction with a Spitfire and a P-39 on his tail. He's being the bait. I'm not in a position though to attack those targets as I'd lose in a head-on, so I'm climbing above them, where I'll try to bait them into attacking me instead. Now that appears to have worked, so now I'm going to dance around in a climbing spiral while they try to helicopter up, and Starker's on the way back to bag himself an easy kill on the P-39. There he goes. That leaves the Spitfire, which is low on energy, so I can now dive down to engage as Starker is extending away and can act as observer. Okay, I've lit him up. Now I'm going to climb to conserve my energy and observe for a moment. Now I could go back in for another attacking pass, but Starker is now in the best position. But being the gentleman that he is, he allows the Spit to burn out and give me a kill. From later in the same battle, we were tracking a P-36 when I suddenly saw a Yak-9T climbing behind me to my left. Realizing that I was the bait, I went into a spiral climb to keep him on the hook for Starker to finish off. He's taken him down, and then as Starker zoom climbed, he attracted a Spitfire. This time it was his turn to bait and observe, my turn to execute. Note that we're doing all of this without using voice comms. We're simply coordinating our efforts through observation alone. Obviously it helps that we're on the same page and using the same tactics. Sometimes a normal double attack can turn into a defensive drag and bag. Sweetie Belle has engaged another Zero. Now it hasn't worked out, and Sweetie's breaking off and extending into a zoom climb towards me. The target's now trying to follow, which makes Sweetie the bait. And you can see how well these tactics combine with energy fighting as the target's nicely stalled out by the time I reach it. In this next one, Sweetie's attacking a lag, but for whatever reason aborts the attack and zoom climbs. Upon which I immediately stop observing and dive to engage in case the lag tries to follow. Indeed it does. but then sees me and switches onto me instead. Now I see no reason to force ahead on, so I pull out of my dive and return to my observer role as I am now the bait. And while the lag sprays and prays at me from a long range, Sweetie can return to finish him off. It's all so simple and so very effective. And not once in any of these examples is the engaged plane in our squad in danger of taking fire. In all of my examples so far, though, the squads had an altitude advantage, but that wasn't the case here. Sweetie Belle and Starkerman and myself were climbing to the side of the initial merge when an enemy Tiffy and Spitfire decided to fly straight at us. We watched them closely, and when it was apparent that I was the target for both of them, I flew away to bait them. Which enabled Starker and Sweetie to quickly kill both planes. And just like that, a dangerous situation is easily resolved. The vast majority of the time I'm flying in a squad, we are looking to use the double attack and the Dragon Bag as they're really very effective, although obviously it needs everyone to be practiced at it and looking to set up kills for each other. There is, however, a more aggressive variant of the double attack known as the loose Deuce. It's only used in 2 versus 1 situations, with all planes in your squad attacking the target together but from different angles. It works best with high-speed attacks, as the aim is to strike and kill the target quickly, because while a loose Deuce is in operation, no one is playing the observer role. Hence the squad could be at risk if it continues too long. Once again, it requires everyone being experienced pilots. It's essential that the attacks are coordinated, with planes coming from different angles of approach toward the target, and that care is taken to avoid friendly fire and collisions. All pilots in the squad must have the discipline to break off and extend away if their attacking pass fails. As if someone stays to force the kill by turn fighting, then it's highly likely the squad will be separated, or alternately all of you could be forced into an unwanted dogfight and lose your positional advantage. Here's a couple of examples. I'm diving to attack a P-38, and Starker is also going to attack from my left. There he is. The target dodges his approach, which brought him squarely into my path. Let's look at another one, this time using voice comms.
Rockets is hilarious. He is getting rocketed in 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. My lead was off. How about now? Yeah. Alright, you have the 109? I will close on the Hurricane. The 109 just looked like easy prey. Alright. Nah, about as much as this Hurricane's gonna be. Oh, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it to me. You jerk.
So far I've shown situations where the squad is either intercepting planes or exploiting an altitude advantage. However, what targets can be employed if your squad's involved in a dogfight where it's much harder to keep track of what's going on, and each of you are fighting for survival and killing whatever crosses your path? The most important thing is that you commit to the fight as a unit. If some of you engage and others hold off, your presence in the dogfight will be weaker, and the engaged planes may be shot down as a result. If your chosen leader wants to enter a furball, you must have his back and follow him there. If you think his judgment was bad, then don't make them the leader next time, choose someone else. By all of you committing to the fight, you'll be in close proximity, which means mutual support through force of numbers. Plus you'll get plenty of chances to shoot planes that get on your wingman's 6. Make sure you stick together. Don't decide to leave the furball on your own or go off chasing a target on a wild goose chase. All of you must leave the fight when your leader gives the word, and if you die, then don't be upset about it. You're flying for your team, remember, not for yourself. Only be upset if you could have saved a wingman and failed to do so. This next clip uses voice comms and shows Starker leading our A6M3 squad in a double attack. But then he was trapped and forced to dogfight, so I dived into the fray to try to save him.
Okay, this guy's climbing. Okay, going. Diving on him.
Alright, I'll follow you down.
Got a P-50 on his tail.
Looks like he's isolated. Still clear. Okay, he's broken off. I'll get a shot at him. these 190s are tough. Okay, I'm zoom climbing.
Diving again.
Oh wait, where are you? Not seeing you, mate.
Switching.
Oh, there you are.
47.
Okay. Right, just circling around and looking to re-engage. Are you going to get out of there again? It looks rather busy down there where you are. And there's a 190 diving from above. TGO 339. Yep, he's definitely diving
This guy
towards you.
really wants to fight.
Oops, okay.
Okay.
So you're caught in a dogfight. I'm coming down. There's an
Somebody else is
A6M5 on
shooting
you
at
too.
me.
See if I can pick him up. The 190's overshot.
Is it? Another 0, great.
Oh, I've got him.
Thanks. Thank you.
No worries. Okay, where are you now? Looks like there's a yak coming at you. See if I can pick him up too. Oh, I missed him.
Ah.
But I'm still on him. Think I'm clear. There's someone still trailing you. Okay, I'll turn and see if I can pick him up. It's a 190. Oh, it's coming at me now. Oh, you're down. Oh, that yak must have
Okay,
got
I'll
you.
take the 61 now.
Okay. I'll just finish off this 190 if I can. Right, he's down. Okay, I'll come back and meet you. Once again, I'm flying with both Starker and Sweetie Belle. However, I've decided to separate, as they're trying to trap a boom and zooming Bearcat while I see climbing fighters over here that need to be suppressed. Unfortunately, I've already misjudged an attack on 2 climbers, and I'm about to do so again. They're directly beneath me, and I'm about to go into a diving attack on one. Miss all my shots. And up into a zoom climb. And I really just don't have the horsepower to get away from them. So I've lost my energy advantage, largely because my plane was pretty close to stock level in this battle. And at this point I'm forced to run towards my wingman, and in doing so I make a crucial mistake. I fail to reload my guns. That'll come back to haunt me later. I'm not outrunning them, so I ask for help, and Starker and Sweetie immediately respond to my call, and break off from the Bearcat to engage the Spitfire and I-185 who are following behind me. As soon as I see the enemy planes begin to maneuver, I know I'm not their target anymore, and I also turn to engage. This battle has started on equal energy terms. If we don't get kills quickly, it's likely to become a dogfight where we all need each other's support. Starker now seems to be the primary target of both bandits, and that will give me an easy shot at the Spitfire, catching him here at the top of his loop. The I-185, however, is still trailing Starker, and I get a nice deflection shot at him as well, but suddenly my cannons run dry because I didn't reload earlier. All I can do is pepper him with machine guns, while he lines up Starker and shoots him down. The teamwork shown by Starker and Sweetie Belle is exemplary here. Both dropped immediately what they were doing and came to help me, and because of my negligence, one paid for it by losing a plane. And that's what it's all about, keeping each other alive at all costs. Anyway, my last clip is a full battle showing our use of teamwork for clear and succinct communication. And while we often joke around on TeamSpeak, we made an effort in this one to be professional. Also, I apologise for my voice being rather quiet in this battle. I really need to buy a new headset.
Alright. Climb towards the sun, left. Climb to no less than 5,000 meters. Once at 5,000, we reform, move towards the center. Prioritize bombers and their escorts first. If at any point we are out of bombers and escorts, move towards the enemy spawn. If we're not getting any takers and no new bombers, we will lower the ceiling.
Roger, well done.
Until we decide to go down, let's call an engagement floor of 3,500. Find yourself behind 3,500, come on back up. Alright. I'm at 47, approaching 5, turning back towards the middle.
We're a little strung out, so not get too far. But
Going into a straight climb. We'll hang a little bit.
P60 degrees climbing.
Copy that. I see him. Agent Slug.
Yep.
That guy's just asking to get shot down.
He's diving.
Copy.
Now the climbing can happen directly beneath.
Yeah, he's diving now.
Okay.
I'm not sure what he's doing. I got a Freedom, a Yak 3, a 38, and a J2M.
Okay, Agent,
PX9.
your 1.5 clicks in front of me, and
Copy.
Wedge is 2 clicks behind me, so
Circling.
we are a bit strung out.
Sorry, my plane's slow.
Yeah, that's okay.
Enemy P-38 climbing high. Looks like he's going right for you too.
He
Oh
is.
yeah, get
I
that.
will bait him. I think he's coming from me.
Oh yeah, he wants. Nah, he wants me.
Okay, I'm going into a dive.
And looks like he might be stalling out.
Looping
Stalled
around.
out.
Clean kill.
Wow.
Alright. There's our old friend Johnny Rotten in that J2.
And the Yak 3 runs behind.
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna angle at Johnny and see if I can't draw that Yak 3. Alright,
Okay, cutting in on Johnny.
diving on the Yak.
Oh, well done, Wedge.
Yak's out.
Great work, guys.
Alright, there's a Havoc just lurking. PE2. Pickings are thin.
Yep, might have to lower down.
Yeah, let's drop it to about 4 and see what we can find. I got this PE2 right under me, but I think he's diving.
Get a Yak 3 coming in, climbing.
Oh, I think you can hit him.
3 clicks out now.
Yep, Yak is coming right at me. I'm going after the PE2. Somebody
Going after the Yak.
We're both in the Yak.
nab that Yak.
Yak just climbing in general.
You take a pass, Wedge. Okay, now I've got him.
Yeah.
PE2 is down, climbing back up.
Let's watch that Yak. He's
Yeah,
diving
I'm
out.
keeping an eye on him.
What was close, the opposite.
We have a Raging Bull inbound.
We also have
Freedom diving and
Johnny
the
Rotten
Havoc.
climbing out the back in an 84.
Yeah, alright, this is gonna get interesting.
Havoc's climbing
keep-
up high on her right.
I'm going to get above that KA-84, just so you know where I'm going.
Copy. I'm gonna deal with this bull, because he is
Yeah,
much
just
closer.
The Havoc. He's
Deal with that
right towards you
Havoc.
guys. Credit him. Diving away. Around towards you guys.
Whoa, alright. I got
That's okay.
B25. Now I'm
Oh.
down.
Alright, Wedge, until Agent's back.
Yep. Flying towards you,
Yep,
reloading,
okay.
and slowing down a
I
little
have
bit.
the high KA-84 over here. I've got
That's
the
good.
altitude advantage on him.
Trying around. I'll fly towards him, see if I can get in his attention.
Yep.
Now we can bait him.
He wants to dogfight, so
Burning hard.
We have a lot of enemy targets over our ground forces, our side of the channel, so if it thins out, we might want to join the fight.
Johnny Rock's down.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
Let's
do you
make
guys
it
have
back
eyes
on.
on anything up there?
Yes, is the Yak 3 also climbed?
Yak 3, thanks, Sparkle.
Alright.
Heading towards him.
As soon as we have no more targets, we'll come towards you, Agent.
Alright. Alright, I am...
Big Sparkle heading right towards me, trying to get into a head-to-head. I'm gonna dash underneath him, trying to bait him.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna operate around 3 and try
Driving in on
and
him.
pop some of these.
Well done, Wedge. He's down.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Can we ask Gaijin nicely for a map without clouds?
Yeah.
I would pay gold eagles for a map without clouds.
I would pay gold eagles for a guarantee of no clouds.
Me
20
too.
minute battle on average.
That's
Oh, let's not get crazy.
Okay. We're just about to meet up. There's no more high targets that I can see.
No, they're all furball in here.
Okay, so you are a squadron commander again, Agent. Callable.
Alright, I am zipping this 9K. Boom and zoom, dragon bag. Just
On it.
stay mobile.
Nope, Yak 9's dead. I'm listing lazily to the right.
Try and stay to the outside. Try and get this 112 and run out.
Long shot, what are you diving on?
I'm not actually. I'm just gradually lowering.
I got a freedom right behind me.
Okay, I think we
Got
dive into the action
Okay.
over the land bridge there.
Yep.
Just boom and zip.
Yeah, I'm coming out of it, so I'm going to be resetting for a dragon bag if somebody picks someone up.
Left your way.
I got the Yak 3 behind him.
Nicely done.
That's it. That game was a pretty ordinary one, with inconsequential combat at high altitude while the real battle was fought for the handful of ground targets far below. And with the game forced to an early end anyway by sudden ticket bleed. And nevertheless it showed how effective voice comms can be if you restrict yourself to relaying important information and combine it with observing each other's movements. I've seen many squads out there that fly in a disjointed manner, with everyone doing their own thing and no semblance of teamwork at all. It's my hope that this video goes some way to helping players learn the basics of squad play, to learn cooperative tactics and discover how enjoyable it is to be part of a group that works together. By the way, I next intend to make a series of videos featuring squads flying overtiered or underappreciated planes to good effect. Until my next vid, I'll see you in the skies.